Let us drift slowly into a world where time flows like gentle rivers, and the whispers of ancient temples float softly on the wind. Tonight, we walk among divine women, whose sacred presence shaped the hearts of old civilizations, guiding souls with wisdom, grace, and quiet power. Soft winds carry us through hidden groves and forgotten sanctuaries, where every stone and statue hums with stories of devotion, courage, and mystical rites. Feel the calm as these ancient teachings wrap around you, easing the mind and soothing the spirit. With each story, let your thoughts fall like petals into a quiet stream, your spirit resting in the soft glow of celestial light. Here, in this sacred space, we awaken the tender mysteries of faith, love, and divine care. If this journey eases your mind, let a gentle comment drift down with your thoughts, perhaps where you are listening from, or what story touched your spirit most. And if these whispers help you rest, subscribing allows this peaceful path to return whenever you need it. The night spreads its gentle cloak over the hills, soft and quiet, as if the world itself is taking a long, slow breath. The moon rises, pale and serene, spilling silver light across the temples that rest among the trees. Their stones glow faintly, kissed by moonbeams, and the air is thick with the scent of incense, soft as a whisper. You float here among shadows and light, and the hush of the night wraps around you like a gentle shawl. The wind moves slowly, carrying with it the faintest sounds, distant water, a bird's soft sigh, the flutter of leaves. It brushes against the columns of the temple, stirring the air like a lullaby. Here, in this quiet space, you can feel the pulse of the earth beneath your feet. Each stone, each carved figure holds the memory of those who have come before. And among them walk the women of the moon, the priestesses whose chants ripple like gentle streams through the heart of the world. Their robes shimmer faintly, silver-threaded and flowing, catching the moonlight as they move. They carry nothing but the calm of the night and the soft power of devotion. Their hands rise slowly, tracing patterns in the air, and each gesture seems to shape the light itself. They chant in low, lilting tones, voices blending with the hush of the night. The sound is warm, wrapping around your spirit like a soft blanket. Each note moves through the air and settles lightly in the soul, easing worries, quieting the mind. The first priestess steps near the temple's edge, where the stones meet the soft grass. She lifts her hands, and the moonlight seems to follow her, tracing the curves of her movements. Her chant rises and falls like gentle waves, carrying words older than memory. They are words of healing, of release, of quiet power. As you listen, you feel a warmth growing inside, not of fire, but of gentle light, a calm glow that spreads through the chest, through the limbs, until the whole body feels soft and weightless. Around her, the other priestesses move like shadows in silver. Each carries a small bowl of water which reflects the moonlight in tiny, trembling sparks. They pour it slowly into carved basins, and the water sings as it meets the stone. This is not a loud song, but a quiet hymn, a ripple of sound that travels unseen. And as it flows, it seems to wash the earth as well, a subtle cleansing of all that is tired or burdened. You can imagine yourself stepping into this light, the cool shimmer of water touching the skin, the soft words wrapping gently around the heart. The temple walls are carved with scenes of ancient stories. You notice women, tall and serene, moving beneath the trees, their hands raised in prayer. Some hold lamps that burn without smoke, their flames blue and calm. Others carry flowers that release a soft fragrance, floating like clouds in the quiet air. You feel the rhythm of their presence, the slow movement of devotion, and it mirrors the rhythm of your own breathing. Inhale, and the silver light fills you. Exhale, and the tension slips away, leaving a deep, quiet peace. The moon hangs low, almost close enough to touch, and its reflection shimmers on the surface of a small pond nearby. The priestesses gather there, and their chants become a gentle tide, washing softly over the water. Each ripple catches the moon's glow, and you imagine yourself drifting there, weightless, floating in the silvered quiet. The water does not move in hurry, and neither does your spirit. Every thought slows. Every heartbeat follows the slow, pulsing rhythm of the night. Somewhere deeper in the temple, a bell sounds, small and distant. It does not startle, does not call for attention. It simply marks a shift, a quiet turning of time. The priestesses do not pause, their hands continue to move, their voices continue to rise and fall like waves on a calm sea. You feel a connection, subtle and soft, as if the moon itself has reached down to touch the temple stones, to brush the leaves with silver, to whisper gentle reassurance to your spirit. The air carries scents, herbs, softened flowers, faint smoke of incense that blend into a fragrance of serenity. Each inhale brings the past and the present together, a long line of calm stretching back through centuries. The chants tell of love, patience, and gentle courage. They speak of small miracles, a wound healed, a heart unburdened, a quiet prayer answered by the turning of the stars. There is no rush here, no urgency, only the flowing, endless rhythm of devotion. You notice the shadows cast by the moonlight. They move slowly, elongating across the stones, stretching through the columns and merging with the darkness beyond. Each shadow feels alive, like a soft guardian, a presence that watches quietly and gently. You can almost imagine them bending over the temple, folding you into their calm embrace. Your mind drifts, carried on the slow wind, guided by the soft songs of the priestesses and the silver light of the moon. The eldest priestess now steps forward. Her face is calm, her eyes reflecting the quiet glow of the night. She lifts her hands high, and the air seems to tremble lightly with her presence. She does not speak words meant for the ears, but for the heart. You feel them resonate softly within you, vibrating in your chest, settling gently in your stomach. These are the words of old, the words of healing, whispered by women who have understood the secret rhythm of life, the gentle turn of days, the soft pulse of the earth beneath everything. A small owl perches nearby, its feathers catching moonlight like spun silver. Its eyes blink slowly, and it too seems part of the chant. Each beat of its wings, each quiet blink, is a note in this soft symphony of night. And as it watches, so do you, yet without strain, without thought, simply witnessing, simply breathing, simply being. The mind feels lighter, as if each concern has been carried away by the wind. The priestesses begin a circle now, moving slowly around the temple. Their robes sweep the stone floors in whispering swishes. Their hands form patterns in the air, small and deliberate like weaving light. The air seems thicker here, filled with a quiet magic that is gentle rather than overwhelming. Every step, every movement is a meditation. You feel your body relax deeper, each muscle softening, each breath slower and fuller. A faint drum sounds somewhere in the distance, so soft it might be imagined, but it blends seamlessly with the other sounds, the wind, the water, the chanting. The drumbeat is like a heartbeat of the earth, steady and calm. It syncs with your own pulse, helping you sink further into comfort. Each beat carries a subtle reassurance that all is well, that all is safe, that the night watches kindly over every living thing. Now the chants become slower, their notes lingering longer in the air. The moon rises higher, filling the temple with silver clarity. The water in the basins glitters like 1,000 tiny stars. The flowers release a final breath of fragrance, and you float gently, as if carried by an invisible hand, drifting closer to sleep. Your thoughts become quiet, soft as petals settling onto a pond. The priestesses do not need to call you. Their presence alone guides you, calms you, soothes you. The temple grows still. Only the soft murmur of the water remains and the silver light on the stones. The priestesses kneel, their hands folded, their eyes closed in serene devotion. And you too can let your eyes grow heavy, your body sink into the mattress, your mind follow the gentle patterns of the night. Let the moonlight rest on your skin. Let the soft wind carry your breath. Let the silence and the calm fill every corner of your being. The moon priestess's light does not fade. It moves with you, soft and steady, a gentle companion for dreams yet to come. Each memory of this night can remain, hidden like a small flame, ready to warm your spirit whenever needed. You are cradled in a world older than time, wrapped in soft silver glow, guided by voices that never tire of healing. Now rest as the stars return to their quiet places in the sky. Let the water shimmer softly in the mind's eye. Let the soft chanting echo faintly, a lullaby to accompany sleep. The moon watches, serene and still, and you drift onward, deeper into rest, deeper into dreams, held safely in the gentle light of the moon priestess. The night lingers like a quiet river, flowing slowly over the hills and valleys. You drift along this current, feeling the soft pull of calm around you. Ahead, the glow of a distant temple flickers like a heartbeat in the dark. Its light is warm and steady, inviting you to step closer, to follow the gentle rhythm of flames that dance in quiet devotion. The air is still, but for a faint sigh of wind. It brushes softly over your skin, carrying with it the scent of warm stone and ancient wood. You approach the temple, its doorway open like a mouth of light. From within, the faint murmur of voices rises, soft as candlelight. You float across the threshold and find yourself in a chamber where fire glows in many forms, torches along the walls, bowls of burning oil, and a central hearth where the flames sway gently, as though breathing. The women of the temple move gracefully among the fires. Their robes shimmer faintly in the golden light, each step measured, each movement a meditation. They tend the flames carefully, feeding them oil and herbs, whispering prayers that rise like smoke to the vaulted ceiling. The fire responds to them, not violently, but like a living companion, softly bending, twinning, and casting delicate shadows that flicker across the walls. You notice the way the light touches every surface, painting the temple with quiet warmth. One priestess kneels beside the central hearth. Her hands hover above the flames, palms open and calm. She chants in low, gentle tones, her voice rippling through the chamber like wind over water. Each syllable feels like a small spark, igniting a tender glow inside your chest. The fire responds to her chant, flickering higher and then softening, as if breathing with her. You breathe slowly, following its rhythm, feeling your heartbeat soften and your thoughts grow lighter. Around her, others move with the same quiet care. Bowls of water glimmer in the firelight, their surfaces reflecting the dancing flames. You imagine the reflection spreading across the room, multiplying the light and carrying it softly toward your mind. Each flicker seems to trace a pattern in the air, a hidden path that guides your spirit through the chamber. Your eyes grow heavy, but your awareness is gentle, like a soft brush of wind across the skin. The fire holds stories. Each flame, each spark, tells of devotion, of patience, of the ancient wisdom that has passed through the hands of these women for centuries. You feel yourself drifting through these stories, carried by warmth and sound. There is no hurry here, no pressure, only the slow, steady glow of light and the soft murmur of voices that rise and fall like waves. Each wave washes away a little more of the day's tension until your body feels weightless and your mind quiet. The walls of the chamber are carved with delicate scenes. Women stand beneath arches, their hands lifted in prayer. Others kneel beside small fires, their eyes closed in serene concentration. The carvings catch the firelight in soft glimmers, shadows dancing over them like fleeting memories. You imagine the stories these women might tell if they could speak. Stories of courage, of small miracles, of the gentle persistence of care. And you feel the calm these tales bring, settling deep into the bones, into the very marrow of rest. From the hearth rises a wisp of smoke, curling lazily toward the ceiling. You watch it drift, spiraling upward, carrying prayers and warmth with it. The smoke moves like a soft hand through the chamber, brushing the stone walls and the faces of the priestesses. You follow its movement with your eyes closed in your mind, letting it guide your thoughts into quiet places. Each curl of smoke feels like a sigh, a soft release, carrying away tension and worry. A small gong sounds, deep and muted. It is not startling, only a soft echo that seems to vibrate gently through the floor beneath your feet. The women continue their work, undisturbed, their movements a slow dance of care. The sound settles in your chest, a vibration that resonates with the quiet pulse of your own body. You feel it travel upward, loosening the mind, softening every thought, until your spirit floats free in the warm glow of the chamber. The central fire flickers higher now, reaching toward the low ceiling, casting golden patterns across the stone floor. You imagine stepping closer, feeling the warmth on your skin, letting it seep into every corner of your being. The light is steady, never harsh, always comforting. It traces paths along your arms, across your shoulders, and down to your feet. Each step you take is lighter than the last, until you feel almost weightless, suspended in a gentle, golden haze. The priestesses chant again, their voices blending seamlessly with the crackle of the flames. Each note rises slowly, then falls like the tide of a quiet sea. You drift with the rhythm, inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly, letting every sound become a thread that pulls your attention away from restlessness and toward calm. The fire seems to follow your breath, rising slightly as you inhale, softening as you exhale. There is a harmony here, a gentle balance between you, the flames, and the women who care for them. Along the walls, small lamps flicker, their flames tiny and steady. The light reflects on the polished stone, creating soft patterns that ripple across the room. You imagine these reflections moving along the floor, touching your toes, then your legs, moving slowly upward. The soft glow warms you from within, like a small sun held gently inside your chest. It guides your mind toward quiet, toward stillness, toward dreams that wait just beyond the edge of awareness. The women begin to form a circle around the hearth. Their hands rise in unison, palms open, and the flames respond with a gentle surge. Shadows swirl around them, forming patterns of silver and gold, flickering like soft wings. You watch, feeling as if the fire itself is a living guide, leading your wandering thoughts into calm, into peace. Each movement, each flicker, draws you closer to the gentle edge of sleep. Somewhere in the distance, the faint sound of water trickles. Perhaps it is a small fountain outside or the echo of rain in the hills. The sound blends with the fire, with the chant, with the soft rustle of robes, creating a layered tapestry of calm. Each note is a soft pulse, guiding your mind, slow and deliberate, drawing the tension from your shoulders, from your chest, from your heart. The firelight now feels like a soft embrace. Each flicker carries warmth, each spark a whisper of safety. The priestesses kneel, their hands folded, eyes closed. The chamber is still but for the gentle sigh of the flames. And in this stillness you feel the weight of the world slip away, leaving only the soft glow, the gentle chant, the tender presence of care. You float here in this golden light, carried by the rhythm of breathing, by the movement of the fire, by the whispers of devotion that have passed through these walls for centuries. The chamber is timeless. The fire is endless, and you are held softly, safely in its warmth. Now, as the flames flicker lower and the priestesses rise to leave, the light does not vanish. It lingers, a gentle pulse in your mind, a quiet warmth in your chest. You can carry this light into dreams, into sleep, into rest. Each memory of the fire, of the soft voices, of the golden glow, is a step along a path of calm, a path that leads deeper into peace. Let the warmth settle fully now. Let your body sink deeper, carried by gentle firelight. Let the soft chant echo faintly, like a lullaby of old, as your mind drifts slowly, softly, toward rest. The flames may dim, the chamber may grow quiet, but the light remains inside you. A soft, enduring flame that watches over you as the night stretches onward. Now rest as the stars return to their places in the sky. Let the warmth of sacred fire hold you. Let the gentle rhythm of breath and flame guide you deeper into calm, deeper into dreams. The priestesses have left the room, but their devotion lingers. Their care enfolds you, and you drift onward, weightless and safe, into the quiet embrace of night. Night settles gently over the hills, soft as a feather, quiet as the slow turning of a page. You drift along a narrow path, shaded by trees whose leaves shimmer faintly in moonlight. Somewhere ahead, a silver glimmer catches your eye, reflecting softly through the darkness. It is the river, calm and crystal clear, moving gently through the land. Its waters murmur like whispered secrets, carrying the stillness of night in every ripple. You float closer, feeling the soft pull of the current, though it does not hurry. The river winds slowly, meandering through stones and reeds, each bend a small invitation to pause, to breathe, to listen. The air is scented with fresh water and soft moss. Somewhere far upstream, the faint sound of water over smooth rocks rises like a song, delicate and unbroken. You breathe in, and the freshness fills your chest. You exhale, letting the cool serenity of the river slip softly into your mind. On the riverbank, women move with quiet purpose. Their robes are light, flowing with the wind, catching the glimmer of moonlight. These are the oracles, the women who speak in the gentle language of prophecy, whose words ripple through the river and into the world. They do not raise their voices to demand attention. Instead, their voices are like the surface of water, soft, reflective, and infinite. Each phrase is a stone dropped into still water, creating rings that move outward, touching hearts with calm insight. One oracle kneels beside the river. Her hand hovers just above the surface, letting the cool water brush her fingertips. She speaks, and her words are not loud, not urgent, but flowing, patient. You feel them wrap around your spirit, carrying a kind of quiet understanding. Every syllable seems to settle into the small crevices of thought, easing tension, softening worry. You imagine these words drifting over your mind, washing away fatigue and unrest, leaving only smooth clarity and gentle warmth. The moon rises higher, casting long silver paths across the water. Each ripple catches the light, and the river glows faintly as if it carries a secret treasure within. The oracles move slowly along the banks, their hands tracing patterns in the air as though guiding the river itself. You follow the shimmer of their hands, feeling your thoughts loosen and flow like water. The world seems to expand gently, a soft, endless horizon of calm and light. The river speaks in its own way, too. Its surface shimmers with reflection, carrying images of stars and clouds, soft bends and hidden pools. You notice the small fish that glide beneath the surface, moving in quiet harmony. Their presence is subtle, almost imperceptible, yet it adds to the gentle rhythm of the night. Each ripple, each small movement is a quiet pulse, a reminder that life flows slowly, patiently, always onward. Somewhere upstream, a small waterfall murmurs softly. It is not loud, not startling. It is a lullaby, a steady song of falling water, smooth and rhythmic. The oracles pause near it, listening, their eyes closed, absorbing its sound into their own steady breathing. You hear the waterfall as part of the chant of the river, part of the sacred music of stillness. Your own breath mirrors it, rising and falling in time with the gentle sound, sinking your body to the rhythm of calm. Along the river, lanterns float on the water, small and golden. Each one carries a flickering light, a gentle reflection of the oracle's prayers. You watch the lanterns drift past, their paths winding slowly, touching the riverbanks, guiding the eye with tender light. They move as if the river itself has learned to dance, to hold the soft glow of devotion, and to share it with any who pause to watch. You feel the warmth of these lanterns inside you, a quiet ember that spreads softly through the chest and limbs. The oracle's voices rise again, blending with the gentle murmur of water. Their words are slow, measured, and kind. You do not need to understand them fully. Their tone is enough. Their sound is like a warm hand brushing over your spirit, easing it into stillness. You feel the mind unclenching, thoughts slowing, worries drifting like leaves along the water's surface. You let yourself be carried gently, aware but relaxed, safe in the quiet of the river. The river bends, revealing a small grove on its bank. The trees there are tall and delicate, their leaves whispering soft responses to the night wind. The oracles walk among them, touching branches and leaves, as if reading the language of nature itself. Their movement is unhurried, a meditation in motion. You follow with your eyes closed in your mind, tracing each gesture, feeling its calm settle deeper into your body. Each sway of a branch, each flicker of light across the leaves, is a slow, steady heartbeat that syncs with your own. A soft mist rises from the river, curling like smoke, moving over the water's surface. It is light and cool, carrying a gentle scent of river stones and wildflowers. You let the mist brush your face in imagination, soft and calm, each wisp lifting the last traces of tension. You notice the moonlight through the mist, silver streaks that seem to float with gentle purpose. The oracles step carefully through this haze, their feet barely stirring the ground, as though each step is a prayer, each movement a small blessing. You imagine dipping your hand into the river, feeling its cool touch, letting it wash over your thoughts. The water is clear and endless, reflecting the stars above. Each ripple becomes a soft guide, helping your mind float beyond restlessness into a quiet, reflective calm. The river seems to carry not only water, but also memory, wisdom, and the gentle reassurance of continuity. It teaches that all flows, all changes, yet all remains connected, a soft circle of life, light, and calm. The oracles now kneel in a circle along the banks, their hands raised toward the moon, palms open and steady. Their voices rise together, forming a gentle harmony like a chord held softly in air. The river reflects the light, the sound, the movement, carrying it onward in endless ripples. You feel the echoes move through you, lifting every heavy thought, soothing every anxious sigh. There is no rush here, no concern, only the soft embrace of flowing water, gentle voices, and quiet moonlight. A small bird flits across the river, its wings touching the mist, scattering tiny droplets in the moonlight. It pauses on a branch, looking toward the oracles, and then disappears into the night. Its movement is delicate, fleeting, yet full of meaning. You watch it, feeling the same lightness, the same gentle release of care. Every creature, every ripple, every flicker of flame or light becomes part of the lullaby of the river. You breathe with it all, letting the rhythm carry you deeper into calm. Now the oracles rise slowly, moving toward a small stone altar on the riverbank. They lay their hands upon it, and a soft glow emanates from the surface, reflecting on the water in golden strands. You imagine the glow reaching out, touching every corner of your mind, warming your chest, softening your thoughts. Their prayers float across the river, carrying with them hope, peace, and gentle insight. You are part of this quiet flow, held within its slow, endless movement. The river stretches ahead, disappearing into soft shadow, the moonlight dancing across gentle ripples. The oracles walk beside it, and you follow, drifting quietly. Each step, each breath, each soft word of the prophecy leads you further from thought, deeper into quiet. The water whispers, the wind murmurs, and the stars above shimmer gently, watching. You feel the rhythm of all these elements blend with your own heartbeat, creating a slow, unbroken lullaby. The night grows softer, quieter. The oracles kneel once more, their hands folded, eyes closed. The river flows endlessly beside them, shimmering with reflections of moonlight and lantern glow. You sink deeper into stillness, carried by the soft pulse of water, voice, and light. Each ripple, each note, each faint breath of wind guides you gently toward sleep. Let us drift onward along the river's edge, letting its crystal waters carry your thoughts into rest. Let the moonlight and the voices of the oracles hold you gently as the night stretches onward. The river flows, quiet and unending, and you float with it, weightless, calm, and safe. Now rest as the stars return to their places in the sky, and the gentle ripples of the river lull you into dreams. The night breathes slowly over the quiet temple courtyards, soft and unbroken like a whispered promise. You float along narrow stone paths, lined with moss and faint shadows, each step silent and gentle. Above, the stars shimmer faintly, distant and tender, their light spilling softly over the temple walls. Somewhere near, the faintest chime rises, delicate and calm, and it carries across the courtyard like a sigh. The bells hang from wooden beams, old and weathered, yet still full of resonance. When they move, brushed by wind or a careful hand, they sing a note that seems to linger in the air forever. It is not loud. It does not demand attention. Instead, it drifts gently, curling around the corners of the stone, winding along the paths, brushing softly against the mind like a tender hand. You inhale slowly, and the sound settles in your chest, a quiet vibration that feels like a heartbeat. The courtyards are empty, save for the women of the temple. They move with grace, their robes gliding over stone and moss. Each step is a meditation, each gesture a blessing. They lift their hands toward the bells, touching them lightly, letting the sound flow into the still night. Their movements are slow and deliberate, as though time itself has taken a pause to watch them. You drift closer, feeling the rhythm of their motion settle within you. Every sway of fabric, every tilt of a head, every faint step over the stone paths becomes a lullaby, quieting thought, easing the body. A soft wind carries the scent of incense from small clay burners, their smoke curling like delicate tendrils into the sky. The fragrance is warm and gentle, earthy and calming. It mingles with the cool night air, wrapping around your spirit and carrying away tension. With each breath, you feel lighter, your mind softening, your thoughts floating like leaves on still water. The bells chime again, a slow sequence of notes, echoing from courtyard to courtyard. You follow their sound inward, deeper into the temple, carried by rhythm and resonance. Along the walls, faded carvings tell stories of devotion, of women who moved through centuries with quiet power. Their hands are raised in blessing, their faces serene, their presence still whispering through the stone. You imagine their voices carried in the wind, their prayers entwined with the ringing of the bells. Each note seems to speak not in words but in feeling, a gentle reassurance, a soft unfolding of calm that fills every empty space. You breathe with it, letting the sound guide you further into stillness. The temple's inner courtyard opens to a small fountain, its water trickling over smooth stones. The sound blends with the ringing of the bells, soft and continuous. You watch the ripples dance in the faint moonlight, silver lines moving slowly across the surface. The oracles, the women of the temple, move alongside it, their gestures fluid, their eyes closed in quiet devotion. Each hand lifted, each bow, each subtle movement seems to direct the flow of sound and light, shaping the night into a soft, endless meditation. A gentle bird stirs among the trees, brushing the leaves with delicate wings. Its call is small and fleeting, yet it fits seamlessly into the temple's symphony. You imagine the bell's sound reaching the bird's song responding with the softest echo. The interaction is unhurried, a slow conversation between elements of the night. You float among it, carried in the harmony, letting the interplay of sound, light, and movement settle your thoughts, coaxing your spirit into calm and gentle ease. The bells now ring in a slow pattern, one after another, forming a quiet chain of resonance. Each note stretches across the courtyard, bouncing lightly against the stone pillars, the carved archways, the tall trees. You feel each vibration through the soles of your feet, your legs, your chest, a tender pulse that echoes in the very bones. It is as if the temple itself is breathing, its exhalation the soft ringing, its inhale the calm silence that follows. You inhale too, matching its pace, letting the rhythm carry your mind into stillness. In a shadowed corner, an oracle kneels with her hands resting gently on a bell. She closes her eyes, and the bell answers her touch with a soft, lingering note. The sound swirls upward, meeting the moonlight, bending across the courtyard, tracing lines of silver through the air. You feel it brush your spirit lightly, moving through tension, coaxing thoughts into gentle motion, smoothing the edges of worry. It is a sound that does not demand attention, yet it fills the room, fills the air, fills you with calm. The women move together now, forming a slow procession across the courtyard. Each step is deliberate, measured, each hand lifted in quiet blessing. The bells respond as if alive, their notes rising and falling in a rhythm that mirrors breath itself. You float alongside them in imagination, matching your breath to their steps, matching your heartbeat to the echoing chimes. The courtyard, the temple, the night, and you all merge into a seamless rhythm, a soft, slow dance of sound and light and motion. A faint lantern glows near the fountain, its light reflecting on the water and the polished stone. The glow spreads, touching the walls, the carvings, the faces of the priestesses. The temple seems to shimmer softly, bathed in a gentle gold and silver. You feel the warmth of that light within yourself, a soft ember carried in your chest. Each chime of a bell fans it gently, letting it grow and spread, filling every corner of your awareness with calm until you feel weightless, floating within the resonance of the night. The bells toll once more, slowly, deliberately. Their sound drifts across the courtyard, soft as a sigh. You hear not just the ringing, but the silence between the notes, the space that holds the sound and lets it linger. The women of the temple bow slightly, hands folded, heads lowered. You imagine the gentle energy of their devotion spreading through the stone paths, across the courtyards, into the air and sky. The sound is a bridge between earth and moonlight, between thought and rest. You follow it inward, deeper into the quiet sanctuary of your own mind. The trees sway gently, brushing against one another with faint, soft murmurs. A cool wind rises, threading through the columns and archways, blending with the sound of the bells. Each rustle, each small movement carries reassurance and stillness. You You feel the pulse of the temple, the rhythm of the night, mirrored in your own slow, deep breaths. The sound of water, of bells, of distant wind wraps you in a cocoon of calm, holding every thought gently, letting every muscle relax. Now the courtyard is still. The bells have quieted, leaving only the soft echo of their resonance in the air. The women kneel in prayer, their hands folded, their breathing slow and steady. The night watches over them, the stars hovering in silence, the moon tracing silver lines across the temple stones. You float here with them, your mind still, your spirit soft. Every sound has led you here, every movement has guided you inward, every flicker of light has carried your thoughts toward rest. Let the last echoes of the temple bells settle fully within. Let your body sink deeper, supported by stone and air and quiet. Let the soft rhythm of the night carry you, as the moonlight stretches across the courtyards, as the air murmurs through the leaves, as the water continues its gentle trickle. You are safe. You are calm. You are held in the gentle resonance of temple, bell, and prayer. Now rest as the stars return to their places in the sky. Let the quiet settle. Let the soft light linger in your chest and drift onward, deeper into calm, deeper into dreams, carried by the echoes of temple bells. The air is calm, filled with the scent of earth and soft moss. You wander slowly through a grove hidden from the world, where sunlight filters gently through high branches, painting the ground with dappled gold. Each step is cushioned by fallen leaves, soft as whispers, and the faint sound of wind brushes over your skin, carrying quiet secrets from the canopy above. The grove seems untouched by time, its stillness a sanctuary for those who enter with open hearts. Soft shadows stretch across the path, cast by tall, ancient trees. Their trunks are wide and steady, roots winding into the earth like silent guardians. You notice small animals moving quietly through the undergrowth, a bird brushing along a branch, a small fox pausing in the distance. Their movements are slow and deliberate, part of the grove's gentle rhythm. The air hums with life, though it is a subtle, calming hum, not loud or insistent. You breathe in deeply, letting the freshness of leaves and soil fill your chest. You exhale, letting tension fall away like leaves drifting downstream. In the heart of the grove, the women gather. They are the teachers of this sacred space, divine women who tend to both nature and spirit. Their robes are soft and flowing, colors like dawn and twilight mixed together. They move with grace, each gesture slow and deliberate, like a meditation in motion. Their hands brush lightly over the leaves and flowers, coaxing life from the earth and whispering quiet blessings into the wind. You feel drawn to their calm presence, as though each movement carries a gentle instruction that the heart understands without words. A soft brook winds through the grove, water flowing over smooth stones, creating a delicate murmur that fills the space. The women pause along its banks, letting their fingers graze the cool surface, watching the ripples spread outward. Each ripple seems to carry a message of patience, of enduring devotion, of quiet understanding. You imagine your own thoughts joining the water, softening and moving slowly with each gentle curve, drifting into serenity. The leaves above rustle softly in response to a passing breeze. The sound is light, almost musical, like tiny bells swaying in hidden trees. You imagine the grove itself is speaking, sharing lessons in patience and care. Every branch, every leaf, every small bloom is a teacher in its own right, and the women walk among them as guides, listening and responding with reverence. You float through this lesson with them, feeling each whisper of nature resonate inside you, soothing every restless thought. The women now form a circle beneath the tallest trees. Their voices rise, soft and harmonious, blending with the murmur of water and the rustle of leaves. They chant not for anyone in particular, but for the grove itself, for the spirit of the earth, for the quiet understanding that flows through all living things. You follow the sound like a gentle current, letting it wash over your mind and body. With every note, a layer of tension melts away, replaced by a sense of ease, warmth, and quiet reverence. Around the circle, small animals appear. Birds perch nearby, watching with gentle curiosity. A doe steps lightly along the edge of the clearing, its movements slow, respectful. Even the smallest creatures seem to acknowledge the sanctity of the grove, moving without hurry, existing without noise or disruption. You watch, noticing how the grove embraces everything within it, movement, stillness, sound, silence, as part of a larger harmony. You feel the same harmony settle into your chest, spreading warmth through every limb, every thought, every quiet breath. A few women kneel beside ancient stones that rise like small altars among the roots. Their hands rest lightly upon the cool surface, tracing lines and shapes carved long ago. The carvings are symbols of devotion, patience, and wisdom, worn smooth by centuries of gentle touch. You imagine the energy of those who have walked this grove before, their presence lingering like a faint glow in the air. You sense the continuity of care, the unbroken thread of attention and love that stretches through generations, connecting you to a timeless serenity. Soft light filters through the branches, shifting as the sun moves. It touches the women's faces, their hands, the stones, the water. Each beam seems deliberate, like a quiet reminder from nature itself, tracing a path through the grove. You notice how shadows stretch and retreat, moving slowly across the ground, creating patterns that feel both soothing and sacred. The play of light and shadow becomes part of the grove's teaching, a lesson in balance, in noticing the small and subtle, in finding calm in every moment. The brook widens into a small pool, its surface still and reflective. The women gather near the edge, their hands touching the water, sending gentle ripples outward. The ripples seem to carry the wisdom of the grove, moving slowly, touching every corner, spreading quiet insight without force. You imagine yourself stepping closer, letting your fingers skim the surface, feeling the cool, smooth water embrace your spirit. Each ripple travels outward, carrying your thoughts and worries, dispersing them into calm motion. Around the pool, flowers bloom in quiet abundance. Their petals are soft and luminous, as if catching light from an invisible source. The women move among them, touching the blossoms with tenderness, murmuring blessings that drift softly on the air. You inhale their scent, a subtle perfume of earth and dew and life, letting it fill your lungs and settle in your chest. With every breath, your mind grows slower, your heartbeat steadier, your body lighter. You feel the quiet lessons of patience and care sink deeply into your spirit. The circle forms again beneath the tallest trees. Their voices rise in a soft chant, blending with the water, the wind, and the faint song of birds. The grove listens, and the sound seems to settle in every leaf, stone, and root. You float within the chant, carried gently by its rhythm, letting it move through your mind and body. Each note is a step, each pause a soft embrace, guiding you into a place of calm awareness. A light mist begins to rise from the soil, delicate and cool. It drifts through the grove like a soft curtain, brushing the branches, the flowers, and the women as they move. You feel it around you, a quiet veil of safety, wrapping every thought and breath in gentle comfort. The mist carries the sound of the chant and the murmur of the brook, blending them together into a lullaby that touches every part of you. The women kneel once more beside the pool, palms pressed lightly together in reverence. Their eyes are closed, their breathing slow and steady. You feel the calm of their devotion ripple through the grove, spreading outward like water, filling the air and your spirit alike. The light shifts again, brushing softly across the pool, across the stones, across your mind, illuminating the gentle quiet within you. Time stretches, slow and endless. The wind whispers, the water murmurs, the leaves rustle, and the women's chant fades into a soft hum that lingers in the air. You float in that hum, weightless, calm, and serene. Every tension has melted, every thought softened, every worry dispersed. The grove has embraced you, held you, guided you into its eternal rhythm of patience, devotion, and quiet understanding. Let the whispers of leaves, the touch of light, the murmur of water, and the soft voices of the women settle fully within you. Let your body sink into rest, carried gently by the grove's timeless calm. Let the lessons of patience and quiet devotion fill your mind with peace. Let the grove hold you as the night stretches onward, soft and infinite. Now rest, as the stars return to their places in the sky. Let the gentle rhythm of leaves and water and chant carry you deeper into sleep, into dreams, into quiet eternity, safe and cradled by the hidden grove of wisdom. The night spreads its velvet cloak across the world, soft and infinite. You drift under its vastness, feeling the gentle weight of stars above, scattered like silver dust across the sky. The air is cool, filled with the quiet hum of evening, and a gentle breeze brushes over your skin, carrying the faint scent of night-blooming flowers. Somewhere far above, a crescent moon leans low, spilling soft light over the land. You walk slowly, each step cushioned by grass and soft earth, each breath synchronized with the rhythm of the quiet night. In a clearing, the stars seem to gather closer to the earth. There, standing beneath their glow, are the daughters of the sky. They move lightly, their robes shimmering like starlight, their eyes reflecting constellations and distant galaxies. Each movement is slow, deliberate, as if the universe itself bends to watch them. You float nearer, feeling the calm that radiates from their presence, a gentle warmth that flows softly through the heart and mind. Their silence speaks volumes, teaching without words, guiding without insistence. The priestesses raise their hands toward the heavens, tracing arcs of light that seem to pull the stars a little nearer. A soft, melodic hum rises from them, harmonizing with the night wind. The sound is delicate and infinite, echoing across the clearing, blending with the rustle of leaves and the faint murmur of a nearby stream. You imagine the vibration moving through you, settling in the chest, loosening the grip of thought and worry. Each note of the hum is a gentle caress, a reminder of the quiet majesty that surrounds every moment. Around you, the stars twinkle softly, mirrored in the eyes of the priestesses. You notice the constellations reflected there, Orion, Cassiopeia, distant clusters of light that shimmer in their gaze. Their eyes seem to hold entire skies, infinite and calm. You float between the stars above and the light in their eyes, caught in a rhythm of quiet contemplation, feeling your thoughts drift like clouds across a night sky. The gentle movement of their hands, the slow cadence of their hum, and the soft shimmer of starlight all guide your mind toward stillness. A small brook winds through the clearing, its water glimmering under the moonlight. The priestesses kneel at its edge, touching the water with careful fingers. Each ripple carries their quiet energy, spreading outward into the pool, into the earth, into the night. You imagine your own spirit mingling with the water, moving softly with each gentle wave. The brook carries reflection, patience, and serenity, and as its surface dances with starlight, you feel your worries dissolve, floating gently downstream. Soft winds stir the branches overhead, carrying whispers from distant trees. The priestesses rise, moving in a circle beneath the stars. Each step is measured, each sway a meditation. Their presence creates a quiet pattern of movement and stillness, like the heartbeat of the universe itself. You follow the rhythm in your own breath, slow and calm, letting the quiet power of the night settle into every part of you. Each inhalation brings cool clarity. Each exhalation releases tension, leaving only peace in its wake. Lanterns float near the brook, small orbs of golden light that drift with the current. The priestesses guide them gently, their hands brushing the lanterns as if coaxing them to move gracefully. The light reflects in the water, mingling with the stars above, creating twin heavens, one in the sky, one on the earth. You feel the soft glow wrap around you, a protective warmth that touches your shoulders, your chest, your mind. It reminds you that even in quiet, darkness is not empty. It is filled with gentle, luminous presence. Above, a constellation slowly passes across the sky, mirrored faintly in the priestesses' movements. You notice how the branches sway in harmony with the stars, how the grass seems to bend in response to the soft rhythm of the night. Every element, animate and still, moves together in a gentle symphony. You drift within it, weightless and unhurried, carried by sound, movement, and light, until your mind feels as calm and boundless as the heavens themselves. One priestess kneels beside the brook, her fingers trailing lightly over the water. She whispers softly, and though you cannot understand the words, you feel their meaning: serenity, patience, and infinite care. The brook echoes her whisper, carrying it slowly across the clearing. You imagine your own worries joining the flow, leaving your mind like tiny pebbles carried downstream. The water smooths them, softens them until only quiet remains, a vast, gentle expanse of calm that stretches across your awareness. The daughters of the sky now move closer, forming a gentle semicircle around the clearing. Their hands rise in unison and a quiet chorus of hums fills the air. The sound is soft, slow, and infinite, vibrating through the earth beneath your feet and the air around your body. You follow its rhythm, letting it settle deep within your chest, moving outward into your limbs, soothing every tense muscle, easing every restless thought. Each note is a soft beacon, guiding you deeper into quietude, teaching patience without a word, offering calm without a request. A cool breeze rises from the forest beyond the clearing, carrying with it the faint scent of night flowers and wet earth. It moves gently through the priestesses' robes, lifting their hair softly and blending with the chorus of hums. The stars above respond to the movement, twinkling a little brighter, reflecting in the water below and the eyes of the priestesses. You feel connected to this cycle, the rhythm of night, the whisper of wind, the quiet glow of stars, and the presence of those who honor them. Your mind and body expand with it, opening like petals to the calm of the moment. The priestesses kneel again beside the brook, their eyes closed, their hands resting lightly in the water. The glow of lanterns drifts toward them, mingling with starlight and moonlight, creating a delicate web of illumination. You watch, feeling your own heartbeat slow, your breathing deepen. The gentle cadence of night, of water, of light, of voice, all becomes part of your own pulse, a lullaby that moves through you with infinite patience. You sense the timelessness of the scene, the soft wisdom that flows quietly, endlessly, like the stars themselves. Leaves above shimmer as the wind moves, brushing softly over the clearing. The priestesses rise slowly, their gestures deliberate and tender. Each movement seems to hold the lessons of countless nights, of gentle guidance and silent teaching. You float within their presence, feeling the same softness extend into your spirit. The night embraces you, carrying every sound and movement, every reflection and ripple, as part of a serene, unbroken flow. Now the stars above stretch across the sky like a gentle canopy, and the daughters of the sky kneel once more. Their hums fade into the hush of night, leaving only the delicate rustle of leaves and the faint murmur of the brook. You feel every sound, every light, every movement imprinted gently in your mind. The quiet majesty of the night settles deep within you, a soft echo that will linger as you drift further into sleep. Let the starlight, the hum, the water, and the gentle presence of the priestesses carry you. Let your thoughts slow, your body sink, your mind float in harmony with the calm of the clearing. Feel the quiet majesty of the starry sky within you, the soft, infinite rhythm of night guiding you into peaceful rest. Now rest as the stars return to their eternal places above. Let the daughters of the sky watch over your dreams, their gentle guidance cradling your spirit. Drift onward, carried by the hush of night, the shimmer of starlight, and the infinite calm of celestial devotion. The first light of dawn brushes softly across the horizon, turning the sky into a delicate wash of pink and gold. You drift quietly through a quiet valley, the air filled with the gentle scent of wildflowers and soft morning dew. A distant murmur of water travels through the land, weaving between rocks and grass, carrying the calm of untouched places. Each breath you take is slow and easy, each step cushioned by the soft earth beneath you. You feel the world awakening, yet it moves slowly, patiently, as if in harmony with your own heart. In a small clearing, you notice a circle of women. They move with quiet grace, their robes shimmering faintly in the gentle light. In the center of their circle rests a golden chalice, glowing softly as though lit from within. Its surface reflects the first rays of sunlight, sending tiny flickers of warmth across the clearing. The women's hands hover lightly over the chalice, as if touching a living presence, and their eyes hold a soft reverence that fills the air with calm. The chalice is more than a vessel. It is a symbol, a bridge between the earth and the divine. You notice how the women lift it gently, passing it from hand to hand, their movements slow and careful, deliberate yet effortless. Each movement seems to carry the quiet rhythm of life itself. The chalice glows brighter with every touch, its light extending beyond the circle, brushing the leaves, the stones, and even the faint mist that rises from the grass. You feel the warmth of that glow pressing gently against your spirit, as though reminding you that nourishment comes not only from food or drink, but from presence, attention, and care. A soft wind stirs the branches overhead, carrying the whisper of the women's voices. Their words are gentle, sung in soft tones that mingle with the murmuring water. Though you cannot understand the language, its meaning is clear: calm, patience, and quiet devotion. You follow the hum, letting it settle in your chest, letting it move through your limbs, loosening every knot of tension. Each note is a droplet of warmth, falling softly into your mind, filling it with light and rest. The women lift the chalice together, offering it toward the sky. You feel the air around you shimmer with its quiet energy. The golden light spills like a soft river, touching everything it passes: the wildflowers, the stones, the small birds watching from branches, and your own spirit. You imagine dipping your hands into that light, letting it flow through you, settling deep in your chest and moving slowly outward. Every breath becomes a quiet wave, rising and falling in perfect harmony with the grove's rhythm. The stream near the clearing reflects the chalice's golden glow. The water moves gently, rippling softly as if to mirror the quiet reverence around it. The women kneel at the edge of the water, letting droplets fall from the chalice into the stream. Each droplet expands into widening circles, carrying warmth, devotion, and gentle energy into the world. You watch as the ripples spread outward, touching everything in their path, and you feel your thoughts, worries, and tensions join the flow, drifting away on soft, golden waves. Birds sing faintly from the trees, their voices a gentle accompaniment to the women's soft chant. Leaves shimmer as the wind moves through them, creating patterns of light and shadow that dance across the ground. Every element, animate and still, participates in the quiet ceremony. You float among them, weightless, feeling each movement resonate in your body. Your heartbeat slows, your breathing deepens, and a sense of steady calm settles across your mind like a warm, soft blanket. The women now form a gentle arc around the chalice, each one bowing lightly before it. Their hands hover over its surface, tracing patterns in the air, as if guiding invisible energy into the world. You notice how the light from the chalice flows into the grove, touching the edges of every leaf and stone, as though awakening a subtle, sacred energy that has always been present but unseen. The scene is both simple and profound, a quiet meditation in movement, a gentle lesson in devotion and care. Small creatures appear along the clearing's edge: a fox, delicate and careful, a pair of deer, their eyes soft and aware. They move slowly, cautiously, yet without fear. Even they are drawn to the calm radiating from the chalice, recognizing the gentle presence that fills the grove. You feel the same recognition, a quiet understanding that the world is full of care, if only we allow ourselves to notice it. The energy of the chalice is not demanding. It does not shout or insist. It simply exists, offering nourishment, offering peace, offering quiet reflection to all who approach with open hearts. The women lift the chalice again, their movements slower now, almost merging with the rhythm of the wind and water around them. The golden light spills onto the stream, sending shimmering reflections across the surface. The ripples carry the light deeper, mingling with shadow and earth, traveling softly beyond the grove. You feel your body align with the flow of the ripples, each motion a subtle invitation to release, to sink further into calm. Every worry you brought with you drifts gently away, replaced by a quiet warmth and contentment. Lanterns appear at the edges of the clearing, small orbs of soft amber light. They float upward, carried by invisible currents, mingling with the sunlight and the glow of the chalice. The priestesses watch, their eyes serene, their hands tracing gentle patterns in the air. The lanterns drift over the stream, over the stones, and over your resting spirit, casting a delicate glow that seems to pause time. Each flicker of light is a gentle reminder that serenity, like nourishment, can be simple, soft, and ever-present. A gentle hum rises again from the women, a soft vibration that blends with the breeze, the water, and the faint morning chorus of birds. You notice how the energy of the chalice responds, glowing steadily and warmly, sending light into the grove, into the stream, into your own mind. You feel the calm sink deeper, filling your limbs, your chest, your mind. Each note, each ripple, each flicker of light becomes a soft lullaby, drawing you gently toward rest. The priestesses kneel once more, their hands resting lightly upon the chalice. The golden light shines brightest now, spreading warmth into every shadow, filling every corner of the grove with quiet devotion. You sense that this is the essence of the moment, to receive without effort, to let the light nourish you, to allow calm to flow freely into every part of your being. You inhale slowly, exhale slowly, feeling the rhythm of life and devotion move in harmony with your own heartbeat. The sun rises higher, though its warmth is gentle, mingling with the soft light of the chalice. The priestesses rise and step back, their hands resting lightly at their sides, their eyes serene. The golden glow continues to ripple softly through the grove, reflecting in the stream, the leaves, the stones, and your spirit. You feel connected to the quiet flow of life, the gentle rhythm of devotion, and the steady, nurturing energy that the chalice represents. Let yourself rest fully in this moment. Feel the warmth of the chalice, the gentle rhythm of the women's movements, the soft hum of the grove. Let the golden light settle deep within, spreading calm, patience, and serenity through every part of you. Allow your thoughts to drift like ripples across the stream, each one fading gently, leaving only quiet and peace. Now rest as the golden light continues to flow. Let the sacred chalice nurture your spirit, the gentle presence of the women guide your mind, and the soft rhythm of the grove carry you into deep, serene sleep. Drift onward, wrapped in warmth, calm, and timeless devotion. The night is gentle, wrapped in deep indigo and silver moonlight. You float along quiet corridors where the air is cool and still, carrying the faint scent of polished marble and distant incense. Shadows stretch softly across the floor, creating quiet patterns of light and darkness. Somewhere far away, a soft wind brushes against the walls, carrying whispers of old prayers, carried through time like drifting feathers. Each step you take is cushioned, slow, deliberate, as though the air itself welcomes your presence. Ahead, the marbled halls unfold, tall and serene. Statues of divine women line the corridors, their forms carved with tender care, faces serene, hands raised in gentle gestures of blessing. Their eyes seem to glimmer in the soft moonlight, reflecting quiet wisdom and endless patience. You approach each one slowly, noticing the careful curves, the delicate folds of garments, the subtle way their expressions seem to breathe. Each statue carries a story, a memory, a soft echo of devotion that has lingered through centuries. A gentle hum rises in the hall, soft and almost imperceptible like the vibration of a distant bell. It is not heard by the ears alone. It is felt in the chest, in the space between thoughts and the quiet of your breath. The statues seem to respond, their forms glowing faintly as if filled with an inner light, pulsing softly with the rhythm of calm and prayer. You drift among them, feeling the warmth of devotion moving outward, brushing against your shoulders, your chest, your mind. Each silent prayer wraps around you, weaving a gentle cocoon of peace. The floor beneath your feet reflects the statues, light, faint traces of silver and gold flickering across the marble. You notice how the patterns of shadow and light dance slowly, deliberately, as if the hall itself is breathing with a soft, measured rhythm. Each breath you take aligns with it, slow and even, carrying you deeper into the calm of the space. The statues seem alive in their stillness, each one a guardian of quiet, a keeper of patience and serenity. A distant fountain murmurs softly, its water spilling gently into a basin carved from stone. The sound mingles with the faint hum of devotion, creating a delicate music that moves through the halls and your spirit alike. You float closer, noticing the statues near the fountain, their hands reaching toward the water, fingers just above its surface, as though offering blessings to the flowing stream. Tiny ripples spread outward, carrying light and calm, touching every corner of the hall, every shadow, every silent prayer. The marble walls are cool against your fingertips as you glide past, their surfaces smooth and polished, reflecting faint fragments of the statue's glow. You pause beside a figure whose eyes seem to hold distant stars. You feel drawn to her presence, to the soft weight of her devotion, the gentle invitation to release thought and simply rest. Her hands hover above the marble basin, as if cupping invisible water, offering calm without expectation, blessing without request. You inhale slowly, exhale slowly, letting the energy flow into you like warm sunlight in a quiet morning. Soft footsteps echo far away, but they are not loud or alarming. They blend with the hum, the fountain, and the faint rustle of air moving through the hall. You imagine other wandering souls, long gone or long before your time, their spirits touched by the same presence, guided gently by the statue's silent prayers. Each form, each curve, each polished surface becomes a mirror of quiet reflection, a subtle lesson in stillness, devotion, and serenity. A statue of a woman holding a small flame catches your eye. Though her form is still, the light seems to move softly in her hands, flickering like a tiny heartbeat. You feel the warmth reach your chest, radiating outward, settling into your limbs, softening your mind. Each flicker of light is a reminder that even in silence, energy flows, guidance exists, and care persists. You let your awareness expand to include the entire hall, the murmuring water, the gentle hum, and the soft glow, feeling yourself part of this serene symphony. Marble columns rise toward the ceiling, their tops hidden in shadow, carrying the same quiet strength as the statues. You drift past each one, feeling the solidity and permanence beneath your fingertips. The air here is still, heavy with reverence but never oppressive. Instead, it is nurturing, cradling your spirit, as though the halls themselves exist to remind all who enter of the soft power of devotion, patience, and gentle presence. The statues seem to lean subtly forward, as if inclining to share their wisdom in silence. You notice the smallest details, the curve of a hand, the tilt of a head, the careful folds of a robe, each a quiet story of reverence and care. The light of the moon catches their edges, and you feel it trace along your shoulders, across your arms, down into your chest. Every movement is slow, deliberate, a rhythm that aligns with your breathing. You are safe, held, and soothed. A quiet echo reaches you from the farthest hall, the soft clash of marble, a distant note of a bell perhaps, or the gentle sway of a hidden curtain moved by the wind. It is enough to remind you of life and movement, but it is soft, measured, and comforting. The statues, standing still and eternal, seem to drink in the sound, letting it settle into the quiet of the space. You feel your own thoughts ripple gently like the sound, settling, softening, dissolving into calm. The fountain's water sparkles as the moonlight glances across its surface, casting tiny reflections onto the nearest statues. You drift toward them, noticing the faint glimmer that seems almost like breath in the marble. The hall, the statues, the water, and the air all seem to exist in one gentle movement, one slow, deliberate dance of devotion and presence. You are drawn into it, weightless and still, floating in the quiet energy that flows through this sacred space. A statue with hands pressed to her heart invites a pause. You stop and inhale, letting your chest rise gently, exhale, letting it fall. The light from her eyes, faint but steady, seems to settle in your heart. Each silent prayer she carries reaches outward, brushing against your mind and spirit, easing away any lingering tension. You feel a profound stillness as though centuries of devotion, care, and quiet reflection have gathered here for this very moment. The marble halls stretch on in infinite calm. Every figure you pass offers a soft, silent invitation. Release, rest, breathe, and simply be. You feel yourself sinking deeper into this rhythm, each step slower, each breath fuller. The hum, the water, the faint touch of wind, and the glow of the statues become a lullaby, moving through your entire being, settling every corner of your mind and body into soft, unbroken peace. The statues seem to whisper now, though no sound passes their lips. Their energy moves in gentle waves, brushing softly across your shoulders, settling in your chest and floating through your limbs. Every ripple carries calm. Every gesture of their stone hand seems alive in meaning, offering reassurance and quiet presence. You imagine the prayers embedded in the marble flowing into you, filling you with patience, serenity, and devotion. As the night deepens, the moon reaches the hall's center, casting a silver path along the polished floor. You drift along that path, surrounded by the statue's silent care. The hall seems alive with gentle energy, yet perfectly still. Each statue, each reflection, each flicker of light contributes to the calm. You feel yourself floating further into it, weightless and safe, carried by quiet devotion and the infinite patience that fills these marbled halls. Let your mind rest here, among the whispering statues, the soft murmur of the fountain, and the faint hum of centuries-old prayers. Let the gentle presence of these divine forms cradle your spirit, as their silent devotion passes softly through every corner of your being. Allow yourself to sink into the calm, to float without effort, to breathe with ease, and to drift toward serene, peaceful sleep. Now rest as the statues' whispers fade gently into night. Let the warmth of devotion, the soft light of marble, and the slow rhythm of the hall carry you onward. Drift onward, embraced by serenity, and let your spirit settle into quiet, timeless peace. The twilight sky stretches softly above, a blanket of violet and silver that seems to hold the hush of countless stars. You float along a winding path, the air still and fragrant with the scent of night-blooming flowers. A gentle breeze brushes against your skin, carrying whispers of distant waters and soft rustling leaves. Shadows stretch lazily across the path, and the quiet hum of evening settles deep into your chest. Each step you take feels like a soft exhale, slow and deliberate, moving you closer to a place where thought and worry dissolve. Ahead, the entrance to the labyrinth appears, outlined in delicate moonlight. The walls curve in smooth arcs, carved from pale stone, cool and calm beneath your fingertips. You step softly, guided by the rhythm of your breath and the quiet energy of the place. The labyrinth is not imposing. It is inviting, a gentle space designed for reflection, for letting go, for wandering without rush. Light spills faintly from hidden niches, illuminating the path with warm, subtle glows. Within the labyrinth, statues of women appear, placed thoughtfully along the curves and corners. Each one holds a small object, a lantern, a bowl of water, a softly glowing orb, and their expressions are serene. You feel the calm radiating from them, as if they are waiting patiently for each traveler to notice the quiet energy that surrounds them. Their presence does not demand attention. It simply offers gentle guidance, a soft hand to help navigate the winding corridors of the mind. The air is alive with faint sounds. The murmur of distant water, the soft scrape of leaves moved by an unseen breeze, the gentle hum of energy that seems to pulse from the very stones beneath your feet. Each sound is measured, deliberate, inviting your senses to focus only on calm and quiet. You breathe deeply, letting the scent of the labyrinth, marble, earth, and night flowers settle into your chest. You notice how your steps slow, how your mind drifts, following the curves of the walls and the gentle glow of the lanterns held by the statues. A soft voice, almost carried on the wind, seems to echo through the hallways. Though it speaks no words you understand, its tone is gentle, melodic, and steady. You sense the presence of women guiding this space, their devotion forming a current that flows softly around every corner. The labyrinth is not meant to confuse, but to teach the quiet rhythm of reflection. Each turn offers a pause, a chance to notice your own heartbeat, your own breath, your own slow unfolding through the night. The walls curve again and a small alcove opens before you. Inside, a fountain trickles silently, the water catching the faint light from nearby lanterns. A statue leans over the fountain, holding her hands just above the surface, as if offering blessings to the flow. The water ripples softly, each wave a gentle whisper, moving across the basin in slow, rhythmic circles. You reach toward the fountain, letting your fingertips hover above the surface, feeling the subtle energy of calm radiate into your being. The labyrinth bends again, and you notice a narrow corridor lined with small torches. Their flames flicker like breathing beings, casting dancing light across the stone walls. The statues here hold scrolls and books, their hands resting gently as though inviting you to pause and reflect. You sense that every object, every curve, every shadow is placed with intention, a soft lesson in patience, in calm observation, in noticing without rushing. You breathe in the gentle energy of the corridor, and it settles deep into your chest. A soft wind moves through the labyrinth, carrying faint petals and the scent of lavender. The statues seem to respond, their forms catching the breeze in a way that feels alive, as though the devotion within them flows outward, brushing against your shoulders and arms. You drift onward, each step slower than the last, each breath merging with the soft rhythm of the hall. The labyrinth is both a journey and a stillness, a place to wander freely yet rest deeply. You reach a wide, circular chamber, its ceiling arches high, lost in soft shadow, and at the center a larger statue holds a lantern high. Its glow spreads evenly across the room, illuminating the smooth curves of walls and the gentle shapes of smaller statues that surround it. You feel drawn to the center, letting the warm light of the lantern flow across your face, your chest, your hands. Every flicker carries calm, every shadow becomes soft and gentle. The chamber seems to breathe with you, expanding and contracting in perfect harmony with your own rhythm. A delicate hum rises, almost imperceptibly, blending with the distant trickle of water and the gentle stir of the wind. The statues move not with limbs but with presence, their energy flowing into the room in subtle, nurturing waves. You feel the hum in your chest, in your spine, in the spaces between your thoughts. It carries the wisdom of centuries, the quiet patience of devotion, and the soft illumination of guidance without pressure. You are held fully and tenderly by the labyrinth and all it contains. The path narrows again and small alcoves appear on either side. Each holds a statue of a woman with her eyes closed, hands pressed gently to her heart. The air is warm, soft, and still. You pause beside each figure, breathing slowly, noticing how their calm seems to flow outward, touching your own spirit. The labyrinth has no walls to trap you, no pressure to reach a destination. It exists only to guide, to nurture, and to illuminate the quiet corners of your mind. The corridor curves once more, opening into a long hallway lined with mirrors. Yet the reflections are not sharp or startling. They are gentle, like water disturbed only slightly by a soft breeze. You see your own calm reflected back, mingling with the light of the lanterns and the glow of the statues. You feel a deep connection to the energy around you, a sense of harmony and balance that stretches through every curve and corner of the labyrinth. A final chamber appears, bathed in soft silver light. In its center, a statue holds both hands open, palms up, as if offering all the wisdom of the labyrinth to anyone who enters. You approach slowly, letting your fingers hover near the marble, feeling the warmth of devotion, the gentle pull of insight, and the quiet, unwavering care that has filled every corridor. You inhale, exhale, and notice how your chest rises and falls with perfect ease. You are calm. You are held. You are at peace. Let your mind rest here, in the soft glow of the final chamber, among the whispering statues, the gentle lanterns, and the slow, winding rhythm of the labyrinth. Let the energy of devotion and patience flow freely through your spirit, carrying away tension, worry, and thought. Let the soft illumination guide you toward quiet reflection, toward calm, toward serene sleep. Now drift onward as the labyrinth gently folds around you. Let its lessons, its quiet guidance, and its tender care settle into every corner of your being. Let yourself wander, yet rest, in the safe embrace of soft light and gentle devotion. Now rest as the stars return above, and let your spirit float, weightless and calm, into the night. The twilight has deepened, soft and velvety, as you float once more into the quiet embrace of the sacred temples. The sky above is brushed with the faint glow of stars, each one a tiny lantern in the vast, still heavens. The air is cool and gentle, carrying the faint scent of earth and distant blossoms. A slow, soft wind brushes past, as though the world itself is exhaling, inviting you to relax, to follow the rhythm of calm that flows through this serene place. Before you stretches a courtyard filled with delicate, night-blooming flowers. Their petals glimmer faintly in the soft moonlight, as if kissed by silver. Each flower seems to pulse with gentle energy, releasing fragrances that drift lazily through the air. You float among them, the scent wrapping around your chest like a comforting shawl. The petals open slowly, deliberately, as if each one knows the rhythm of the night and the importance of time, patience, and gentle unfolding. Along the pathways, priestesses move quietly, their steps measured and light. Each carries a small lantern or a bowl of water, their hands steady, their expression serene. The priestesses tend the flowers with care, brushing away fallen leaves, touching each bloom as if whispering soft blessings. Their presence is calming, a soft current guiding you through the stillness. You sense their devotion not in words but in the quiet, rhythmic movements, each gesture a hymn of patience and care. The soft glow of lanterns reflects on polished stone, creating pools of gentle light that mingle with the shadows. You notice how the shadows seem to bend with the curves of the petals, each one softening into the next. The temple itself is alive with quiet energy, the distant hum of wind through columns, the subtle rustle of leaves, the faint trickle of water from hidden fountains. Each sound is a gentle invitation to sink deeper into calm, to let thoughts drift and settle like soft sediment at the bottom of a clear pool. A gentle bell sounds somewhere, its resonance slow and long, weaving through the flowers and the corridors. You feel it not just in your ears but in your chest, a soft vibration that seems to loosen tension and carry it away. The priestesses move in harmony with the sound, their steps flowing naturally to the rhythm, hands cupped gently around petals, lifting lantern light over blooms to help them open further. You notice how the flowers respond, turning slightly toward the light, petals expanding slowly, a dance of quiet life unfolding around you. You drift closer to a fountain at the center of the courtyard, where water flows silently into a shallow basin. Night flowers float upon its surface, their petals scattering lightly in the gentle current. The priestess here bends over, letting her hands glide through the water, as if blessing each bloom. You pause, letting your hands hover above the basin, feeling the soft vibrations of devotion carried in the water. The ripples move outward in gentle waves, and you imagine your own thoughts spreading similarly, calming and smoothing into quiet stillness. Above, the night sky deepens further. Stars shimmer more clearly, and a crescent moon leans softly over the temple roof. Petals glint in its silver light, reflecting tiny points of illumination back into the courtyards. Each reflection seems to carry a soft message: patience, presence, calm. You take a slow breath, feeling it fill your chest and settle into your limbs. The flower's fragrance mingles with the cool night air, a delicate reminder of the quiet beauty that exists in small, gentle moments. The pathways curve, and you follow a narrow corridor lined with more blooms, each more delicate than the last. Some open wide, some just beginning to unfurl, all moving at their own pace, guided by the priestess's hands and the soft touch of moonlight. You notice how the soft air flows around them, as if the night itself bends gently to let them grow and shine. A slow, calming rhythm forms here. In every inhale, every exhale, every soft step you take among petals that glow faintly in the shadow and light. A distant drum sounds softly, slow and muted like the heartbeat of the temple. You feel it in your chest, steady and grounding. The priestesses do not rush. They let the sound guide their movements, hands brushing petals, lanterns moving in quiet arcs. The flowers sway slightly in response, opening fully, their fragrances expanding into a gentle fog of calm. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the scent and the vibrations of the drum fill every corner of your mind. Each thought drifts lazily like a leaf on water, settling softly, without effort or tension. You pause beneath an archway where a cluster of blossoms glows faintly in the moonlight. A priestess kneels, cupping petals gently as if offering them upward. The flowers emit a faint, sweet perfume that seems to curl around your shoulders, and you imagine it flowing into your lungs, your chest, your heart. Each breath becomes longer, slower, softer. Your mind feels lighter, untangling with every inhalation. You notice how even the stones beneath your feet seem softened by the night, warmed slightly by lingering sunlight that has yet to leave entirely. The corridor opens into a wide courtyard once more. Here, 1,000 flowers bloom in quiet celebration. Some lean over small pools of water, others reach upward toward lantern light. The priestesses walk among them in circles, hands brushing lightly across petals, offering whispers of blessings carried by the soft night air. You drift among them, unhurried, letting your attention settle on the slow unfolding of petals, the gentle sway of branches, the muted glow of the temple walls. The night itself feels alive with calm, carrying the soft lessons of patience, of presence, and of devotion. You notice a small alcove, tucked beneath an overhanging arch. Inside, a single flower stands taller than the rest, glowing faintly with a light that seems to come from within. A priestess kneels before it, hands open in a silent offering. You step closer, feeling a gentle warmth radiating from both her and the bloom. It is as if the flower carries all the care, all the patience, all the love that has flowed through the temple this night. You inhale slowly, letting the warmth fill every cell of your body. You feel held, cushioned, and utterly safe. A soft wind rises, rustling petals lightly, carrying the fragrances deeper into the night. Lanterns sway, casting flickering shadows that dance like gentle waves across the stone floors. The priestess's movements slow to a soft rhythm, hands hovering above blooms, lanterns held lightly, smiles quiet and serene. You drift with them, following the rhythm, your thoughts settling into calm eddies. Each petal, each lantern glow, each ripple in the fountains carries a soft, steady energy, grounding you in the quiet present. The night deepens further. Flowers close gently, petals folding inward, holding their fragrance safely inside. Lanterns dim gradually, their glow becoming softer, more intimate, as if tucking the temple itself into slumber. You float through the fading light, your mind untangled, your chest rising and falling slowly, each breath deeper, longer, softer. You feel the calm from the flowers, the priestesses, and the night itself settle fully into your being. Now drift onward, cradled by the quiet temple and the soft fragrance of night-blooming flowers. Let their petals, their light, their gentle devotion wash over you, releasing any lingering tension. The air is soft, the stones are warm. The night carries all the lessons of patience, presence, and quiet illumination. Let your spirit float in the stillness, held by the gentle rhythms of the sacred night. Rest here fully, as the moon casts silver over petals, as lanterns fade to whispers of glow, and as every flower folds into the calm. Let your thoughts drift slowly, lightly, carried by the soft fragrance and the gentle presence of devoted care. Now rest, as the stars return above, and let your soul settle deeply into the sacred lullaby of night. Twilight deepens softly around the ancient temple, brushing every stone with gentle shades of indigo and silver. You drift slowly along the quiet corridors, where the air feels smooth, almost like silk, carrying the faint scent of incense and aged wood. The world seems suspended, as if time itself is breathing slowly, inviting you to follow its rhythm. Somewhere deep within the temple, a sound begins to rise, subtle and comforting, barely more than a whisper against the hush of the night. It is the sound of the silent choir. Divine women, their presence radiant but calm, hum without words. The vibrations move gently through the air, threading through the arches, the columns, and the shadows. Each note is soft, unhurried, carrying warmth and the echo of timeless devotion. You feel it not just in your ears, but in the depths of your chest. A vibration that loosens tension and invites your mind to drift like a leaf on a quiet stream. You follow the sound into a wide hall where candles burn low, their flames swaying gently in the subtle drafts. The priestesses move among them, their robes brushing lightly against the polished floors. Each step is careful, deliberate, a meditation in motion. They do not speak, yet the hum of their collective presence fills the space with calm. You notice how even the shadows seem to respond, softening at the edges, curling gently around pillars and alcoves. The hall opens onto a courtyard where moonlight spills over delicate stone fountains. Here, the choir's hum mingles with the gentle splash of water, creating a rhythm both steady and flowing. Each note seems to bloom outward, touching the petals of night flowers, rippling across the surface of the pools, carrying a sense of peace into every corner. You drift among them, stepping slowly, letting your body follow the gentle cadence of vibration and light. Above, stars peer through the open arches of the courtyard, silent witnesses to the quiet devotion below. Their silver glow blends with the soft illumination of the candles, creating a world both luminous and shadowed, a place where the boundaries of the temple dissolve into gentle wonder. The priestesses pause now and then, tilting their heads, letting the hum flow through their own bodies, sending it outward to mingle with the night. Each breath they take carries the vibration further, and you feel it weaving through your own chest, settling your heart into stillness. Along the edges of the courtyard, tall cypress trees sway ever so lightly in the night wind. Their branches brush against the edges of stone walls, joining the hum with the soft rustle of leaves. The air feels alive, yet serene, filled with the subtle energy of patience, devotion, and quiet attention. Each movement of a priestess, each flicker of candlelight, each ripple in the fountains feels deliberate but effortless, like the flow of a slow river, carrying you gently onward. In a small alcove, you see a circle of priestesses gathered around a single tall candle. Their hum rises slightly here, a tender wave that fills the immediate space, vibrating through the stones beneath your feet. You feel a sense of warmth spreading through you, as if every note is a soft touch, a gentle hand guiding your thoughts into calm, gentle folds. The candlelight reflects in their eyes, giving them a serene glow, a quiet reminder of the power of devotion expressed in silence. The hum of the choir spreads further, reaching the far corners of the temple. Marble statues of ancient divine women seem to awaken, the subtle vibration passing through their stone forms. You notice how even the air between them hums softly, carrying the sound into the quiet spaces where shadows linger. You breathe in slowly, feeling the vibration mingle with your own energy, loosening the tightness of the day, allowing every thought to settle gently. A gentle wind flows through open windows, carrying the choir's hum into hidden corridors and garden courtyards. Petals of night flowers sway softly in response, their subtle fragrances mingling with the hum, creating a tapestry of scent and sound that soothes the mind. You float through the temple slowly, noticing how the choir's vibration seems to reach even the smallest spaces, the cracks between stones, the hollows beneath arches, the gentle curve of the fountains. Each note is like a whisper, a tender pulse guiding the spirit into softness and rest. You pause before a small pool, where water mirrors the candlelight and the faint shimmer of stars. The hum passes across the surface, rippling gently, creating tiny waves that move outward, touching the edges of stone with a soft caress. The priestesses kneel beside the water, hands hovering over the surface, their bodies swaying slightly with the vibration. You follow their rhythm, letting your own body float with the gentle pulse, your breathing slow and deep, chest rising and falling like the soft tides of a distant sea. Soft shadows drift across the walls as the candlelight flickers. The choir's hum continues, steady and serene, as if it has no beginning and no end. You feel it in every part of your body, the vibration melting away lingering tension, untangling thoughts and weaving them into calm, quiet threads. Even the air around you feels different, lighter, warmer, charged with the subtle presence of devoted care and silent meditation. As you move deeper into the temple, the hum blends with the distant trickle of water, the soft sway of leaves, and the faint rustle of priestesses' robes. It feels as though the entire world is breathing with you, expanding and contracting in gentle waves of sound and light. Each note, each movement, each scent becomes part of the quiet rhythm, carrying you further into a meditative state where nothing is required except presence and breath. In the center of the main hall, the choir gathers, forming a perfect circle around a single stone altar. The hum becomes slightly richer, deeper, a resonance that vibrates softly through the floor, the walls, the air, and your chest. You kneel or sit nearby, letting your body absorb the sound. It is not loud, not intrusive, simply a tender wave that moves in and around you, releasing every trace of worry, every shadow of unrest. The energy of the temple flows into you, gentle and pure, carrying all the lessons of quiet devotion. The priestesses move slowly, brushing petals along the altar, lighting small incense sticks, letting the smoke curl upwards in delicate spirals. Their hum remains steady, a continuous thread through every action. You feel a sense of intimacy with the space, as though the temple itself is alive, breathing, and singing with you. Each breath you take harmonizes with the gentle vibration, each exhale releasing tension, each inhale filling you with soft, luminous calm. A gentle gust from open doors carries the hum outward, reaching even the far corners of the temple gardens. The sound mingles with the whisper of night leaves, the soft trickle of fountains, and the subtle perfume of night flowers. You follow the flow, walking slowly among the paths, letting each note guide your steps. Every detail feels deliberate and tender, as if the world itself has paused to breathe with you, to guide you gently into rest. Now the hall begins to quiet slowly. Candles burn lower, their light softening into a tender glow. The priestesses kneel in final stillness, their hum tapering into whispers of vibration, fading slowly into the night. You feel the resonance lingering, a soft echo that has settled deep into your chest, your mind, your spirit. Every breath is long and slow, every thought now quiet, each moment fully present and softly illuminated by the lingering calm. Let yourself drift onward, carried by the memory of the silent choir, the gentle touch of devotion, the vibration that has passed through every stone, leaf, and petal. Feel your body melt into the soft floor of the temple, your mind calm, your heart held. Let the silence and the lingering hum fill every corner of your being, guiding you gently towards sleep. Now rest as the stars return above, as candlelight fades into the quiet, and as the temple itself exhales a slow, gentle lullaby for your spirit. Twilight drifts across the horizon like a soft veil, brushing the temple's walls with delicate shades of gold and amber. You float slowly through quiet corridors, where the scent of warm incense and sun-warmed stone lingers, soft and familiar. The air hums gently with a sense of presence, as if the very walls themselves hold a memory of devotion. Somewhere ahead, faint laughter of flowing water mingles with whispered footsteps, calling you toward the sacred spaces of golden light. You enter a wide hall where sunlight streams through high windows, catching dust motes that drift like tiny stars. The light seems liquid here, falling in slow, warm streams onto polished floors. In the center, a narrow channel of golden water winds across the hall, reflecting its own illumination back onto the walls. Women move gracefully along its edges, hands brushing the surface with care. Their movements are soft and deliberate, as if each gesture is a meditation, each touch a blessing for the light that flows. The water carries a sound almost inaudible, a gentle ripple, a soft shimmer, a vibration that hums through the air like a sigh of serenity. You follow the path of the golden stream, letting it guide your thoughts. Each ripple seems to carry a tiny fragment of wisdom, a subtle reminder that patience and attention can illuminate even the darkest corners of the mind. The women move along the banks, their eyes calm and steady, reflecting both the light and the quiet strength of their devotion. Outside the hall, gardens stretch under a fading sun, bathed in gold and honey tones. Streams of light trickle between the branches of ancient trees, gathering in small pools that glimmer like liquid metal. The priestesses walk these paths slowly, letting their fingertips brush against petals and leaves, coaxing the light to shimmer more brightly. Each plant seems to respond, petals trembling in soft acknowledgement, leaves tilting toward the streams, all drawn into the gentle harmony of the space. Alongside the flowing water, you notice tiny lanterns suspended from carved branches. Their glow mingles with the sunlight, creating overlapping layers of gold and amber, a soft dance of illumination that guides the eyes and quiets the mind. The priestesses pause before each lantern, letting their hands hover over the warm glow, breathing gently, and adding their own soft energy to the streams of light. You feel the warmth spill over you, settling into your chest, your shoulders, your hands, as if every breath you take is being softened and guided by the golden current. In the center of the garden, a wide pool mirrors the sky, now shifting from amber to soft rose and violet. Golden streams flow into it from many directions, converging gently, like threads weaving a luminous tapestry across the water's surface. The priestesses kneel at the edges, cupping the light as if it were water, letting it flow through their palms and into the pool. The ripples move outward slowly, spreading warmth, calm, and subtle understanding. You lean closer, and the light seems to touch your own skin, a quiet caress that moves through the body and into the heart. The streams guide you forward into a long, quiet hall. Golden rays fall through tall windows, dancing over intricate carvings in stone. Women move along the hallways, guiding small channels of light with their hands, shaping the flow, letting it bend around pillars, curve through arches, and settle in gentle pools at each threshold. You walk beside them, feeling the calm energy of the streams weaving through you, loosening the stiffness of the day, easing your thoughts into a slow, rhythmic flow. The sound of flowing water and soft footsteps is accompanied by whispers of distant wind, brushing through open doors, carrying petals and the subtle scent of night-blooming flowers. The golden streams reflect this wind, shimmering and shifting, alive with delicate motion. Each ripple seems to carry a gentle message: patience, attention, and serenity. The priestesses bend occasionally to touch the streams, letting their hands guide the currents like a soft lullaby for the eyes and soul. You arrive at a circular chamber, where the golden water gathers into a small pool at its center. Light dances over its surface, casting soft reflections on the ceiling and walls. Women kneel around it, hands hovering just above the surface, letting the light flow into their palms before returning it to the pool. The movement is slow, effortless, a sacred rhythm of giving and receiving. You feel the pulse of the chamber in your own body, the gentle ebb and flow of light and warmth that seems to connect all who are present, seen or unseen. The sound here is softer still, a faint trickle, a gentle hum, a vibration that moves through the floor and up into your chest. Each breath aligns with the pulse of light, each exhale releasing tension, each inhale drawing in calm and patience. You notice how the air itself seems lighter, almost luminous, as if every molecule carries a hint of golden warmth. The priestesses rise slowly, letting their hands trace arcs through the light, shaping the streams into gentle spirals that float outward, filling the chamber with quiet radiance. From this chamber, a path of golden light winds downward into the gardens beyond. Trees arch overhead, their branches catching the light and casting moving patterns across stone paths. The priestesses walk slowly along these paths, guiding the streams that wind between roots and mossy stones, letting the water and light flow freely, carrying serenity into every corner. You drift beside them, noticing how each step, each gesture, brings a subtle pulse of calm through your body, a soft rhythm that mirrors your own heartbeat. Fountains in the gardens overflow with golden water, small cascades falling into marble basins that catch the light. The priestesses kneel beside each fountain, cupping the water, letting it flow gently back into the streams. The ripples seem to extend far beyond the physical pools, touching the air and the spaces between trees, carrying warmth and stillness to every stone, every leaf, every petal. You feel yourself merging with this flow, your thoughts settling into the gentle pulse, your body loose and heavy in the best possible way. A breeze lifts softly through the trees, carrying the hum of distant waters and the subtle whispers of leaves. Golden petals drift lazily along the streams, turning the water into a moving tapestry of light and scent. The priestesses move among these petals, their fingers grazing the surface, shaping the flow without effort, guiding the light with care and devotion. You allow your eyes to follow the currents, letting your mind float, feeling each gentle wave of illumination settle deep into your consciousness. The streams begin to widen, joining in the largest pool of the temple gardens. Sunlight now has softened into twilight, and the golden water reflects both the fatting sky and the lanterns lit along the edges. The priestesses gather around the pool, letting their hands hover just above the surface, allowing the currents to carry warmth and serenity across their palms. The ripples move outward, brushing against every stone, every leaf, every corner of the garden. You feel the light passing through you, settling into every part of your body, quieting every thought and softening every worry. Slowly the women rise, letting their hands fall gently to their sides. The golden streams continue to flow, merging into a gentle, calm current that reflects the first stars appearing in the night sky. You watch the pools shimmer, each ripple a gentle echo of the days passing, each wave a reminder of the serenity held within patience and devotion. The priestesses retreat along the edges of the water, their steps quiet, their presence still radiating warmth, leaving the light to flow freely, uninterrupted, serene. Let yourself drift onward, carried by the gentle streams, the soft glow of golden light, and the quiet devotion of those who guide the flow. Feel your body melt into calm, your thoughts settling like stones beneath the water, every breath in sync with the serene rhythm of illumination. Each ripple, each glimmer, each pulse of light becomes a lullaby for the soul, a gentle embrace that holds you safely, warmly, and completely. Now rest, as the streams continue their endless journey, as the lanterns and stars reflect their glow upon the still pools, and as the golden light flows softly through your mind and body, guiding you into the calm embrace of night. The evening drifts gently across the temple halls, brushing stone walls with shadows that melt into pools of quiet amber. You float along a narrow corridor lined with high shelves, each shelf heavy with fragile scrolls, their edges softly curling, worn with time and care. The air carries the faint, delicate scent of parchment, ink, and candle wax, a warm, familiar comfort that seems to speak of centuries of devotion. Somewhere beyond, the distant sound of wind brushes against open windows, carrying whispers of leaves and the soft hush of nightfall. In this quiet space, women move slowly, their steps measured, each movement a meditation. Their fingers trace the edges of the scrolls with care, lifting them gently, as though each sheet holds a heartbeat. You follow their path, feeling the weight of stillness settle deep into your chest. Every breath becomes calm and deliberate, every step echoing softly, harmonizing with the faint creak of ancient wood beneath their feet. The scrolls themselves shimmer in the candlelight, faint gold flecks dancing on delicate surfaces. They are not merely paper or ink, but living memory, tenderly preserved. Each contains stories of divine power, acts of kindness, and the quiet victories of ordinary hearts. The women move as guardians, protecting the soft hum of wisdom that flows from these writings. You watch as a gentle hand lifts a scroll, unfurling it with reverence, letting the words breathe in the dim glow. Somewhere deeper in the hall, a single lantern flickers, casting slow-moving shadows across the walls. The keeper pauses beside it, adjusting the flame to illuminate a row of scrolls, her hands hovering, shaping light and warmth around each delicate form. You feel a sense of time slowing here, as if the world outside no longer exists and only the careful rhythm of care and devotion remains. Each flicker of flame seems to whisper, patience is sacred, tenderness is eternal. A soft draft stirs through the room, carrying the quiet hum of pages brushing against one another. The keeper's fingers hover above a scroll, brushing it gently to settle it, letting the wisdom within breathe freely. The parchment seems to glow faintly, a subtle light that spreads into the surrounding shadows. You feel this glow pressing softly against your mind, settling restless thoughts, smoothing tension, and inviting calm. Each scroll holds a small eternity, a fragment of quiet perfection, and each touch reminds you of the power of gentle attention. The women move with slow precision, handling each scroll as if it were a precious stone. Some are small, some long and intricate, their surfaces patterned with symbols, stories, and blessings. Each mark is a soft echo of devotion, a subtle guide that carries memory and care. You drift past, feeling the hum of these pages settle softly in your chest, a quiet vibration that moves through every limb and thought. The hall seems alive in the gentlest way, breathing softly alongside your own inhalations and exhalations. Light spills through high windows, faint and honeyed now with the approaching night. It touches the edges of the scrolls, casting long, slender reflections across polished floors. The keepers move among these rays, lifting, adjusting, and letting the scrolls drink in the light before returning them to their resting places. You follow their hands with your eyes, mesmerized by the soft rhythm of care, the way light and shadow play together like a lullaby for sight and spirit. In one quiet alcove, A single scroll rests apart, held open by the keeper's hands. Its text is simple, yet radiant with meaning, words of compassion, courage, and gentle guidance. You lean closer, feeling the warmth of attention as though the words themselves were breathing, alive with the energy of centuries of devotion. The keeper smooths the edges, lifts it slightly, then returns it to its resting place, and a ripple of calm seems to pass through the air, settling in the corners of the hall, brushing softly against your shoulders, and resting like a warm sigh in your chest. Some scrolls contain tales of divine women, their quiet heroism shining like soft stars across the pages. Others carry human stories, of small acts that carried weight beyond comprehension. You notice how each tale, each symbol, each line of ink seems to vibrate gently, an echo of care that reaches even the most distant soul. The women guardians move among them with the patience of the moon, quiet, serene, each gesture a soft benediction to the light and memory contained within. A breeze stirs once more, lifting the delicate fragrance of ink, parchment, and warm wood into the air. The keeper bends slowly, placing one scroll into a protective case of polished wood. Her hands linger, as if saying a silent prayer of gratitude for the stories it holds. You sense the care flowing outward from her fingertips, softening the edges of your thoughts, quieting the mind, and settling every anxious breath. The room itself seems to exhale in response, a long, gentle release of tension and worry. Beyond the main hall, narrow passages wind deeper into the temple, lined with shelves stacked high, each layer holding scrolls bathed in soft golden light. The keepers move along these paths with reverence, pausing occasionally to adjust a scroll, letting the energy of devotion ripple through the quiet spaces. You float beside them, absorbing the slow rhythm of care, your mind and body letting go, guided gently by the flowing attention of the women who guard these sacred texts. Some scrolls are particularly fragile, edges curling and ink fatting, yet the keeper handles them as though they are made of air. Her fingers brush the surfaces, adjusting the placement, and a warm light seems to gather around each one, illuminating it softly. You watch mesmerized as care and attention transform even the smallest fragment into something luminous, something alive, something eternal. A small lantern flickers nearby, its flame bowing in a gentle draft, casting moving shadows that reach across the shelves and walls. The keeper moves beside it, adjusting the light with her hand, and the glow spreads across several scrolls at once. You feel the warmth of that glow settle on your skin, a gentle embrace that seeps slowly into the heart. Every ripple of light, every soft shadow, every careful gesture reminds you that patience, attention, and gentle care carry weight beyond measure. In the farthest corner of the hall, a single scroll rests under a glass dome. The keeper kneels before it, her hands hovering in stillness, her eyes reflecting the golden glow of lanterns and sunset. She breathes softly, then lifts her hand slightly, letting the light settle upon it fully. You notice how even the smallest gesture, an inch of movement, a quiet breath, can carry profound serenity, and your own mind drifts with it, untangling thoughts and loosening worry. The keepers continue their quiet work, moving from shelf to shelf, scroll to scroll. Every touch is measured, deliberate, yet soft. Every movement carries gentle energy, spreading calm and warmth throughout the temple halls. You follow the golden reflections of candlelight along the polished floors, letting the rhythm of the keeper's devotion guide you, slow and steady, into a deep calm that settles into your chest and extends outward into every limb. Outside, the sky darkens fully, stars appearing like tiny lanterns in the night. Their glow is reflected in small pools of light along the temple paths. You imagine the keepers stepping out, carrying the quiet warmth of the scrolls with them, letting it mingle with the soft, eternal rhythm of night. Every movement is a meditation, every gesture a song without words, a hum of serenity that settles the mind and heart alike. Now the hall falls completely silent, save for the faint rustle of pages and the distant murmur of wind. The keepers kneel, hands folded lightly before them, eyes reflecting the soft gleam of candles and lanterns. You feel the space around you soften further, settling like warm honey through your body. Each scroll, each careful gesture, each glimmer of light carries with it the quiet knowledge that attention, patience, and love are never lost. They are eternal, flowing gently through time and space, touching everything in their path. Let yourself drift onward, carried by the gentle rhythm of care, the soft glow of light across ancient parchment, and the warm presence of the keepers. Every breath, every heartbeat, every slow movement of thought aligns with the serene pulse of the hall, merging your mind with the timeless flow of wisdom and devotion. The scrolls rest, the lanterns glow, and your own thoughts melt into the quiet, like soft waves lapping at the edges of a gentle river. Now rest, as the keepers fold their hands in silent blessing, as the light continues to shimmer softly across the scrolls, and as the quiet, golden glow of patience and care settles fully into your being. Every word, every story, every delicate gesture becomes a lullaby for the soul. The temple breathes with you, and you breathe in return, drifting into the calm and endless serenity of night. Twilight settles over the garden, brushing the leaves with gentle shadows that sway like quiet breath. You float along a winding path, soft earth beneath your feet, feeling the warmth of fatting sun melting into the cool, embracing air. Petals drift slowly from unseen branches, each one a gentle touch against the soft hush of evening. Somewhere far off, a small stream murmurs, weaving through the garden like a ribbon of silver, carrying the songs of leaves and wind. The garden seems alive with whispers, the faint rustle of flowers moving with invisible currents. Women move among the petals, their hands hovering over blossoms, letting their fingers brush softly against the edges of blooms. Each movement is unhurried, a meditation of presence and care. Their eyes reflect the soft golden light, calm and luminous, and you feel a quiet invitation to slow your own breath, to match the rhythm of their gentle steps. The air carries a faint fragrance of jasmine, rose, and evening primrose. It drifts softly around you, settling like a warm, weightless blanket. The women tend the garden with patience, adjusting stems, lifting leaves, and letting each flower drink in the glow of sunset. You notice how every action, even the smallest, carries a quiet significance, a soft echo that ripples through the garden and into your chest. Each petal seems to vibrate with subtle energy, a balm for any restless thought. A small fountain rests in the center of the garden, water spilling quietly over smooth stones. The women pause there, placing their hands just above the falling liquid, letting their presence mingle with the gentle sound. You watch as droplets catch the light, sparkling like tiny stars, then settle back into the pool with a soft sigh. Every ripple seems to carry a story of patience, a whisper of understanding, a quiet reflection of care. The fountain's voice blends with the wind through the trees, and your mind feels lighter, more serene, drawn into the soft current of the moment. A bird flutters past, wings catching the last rays of sun, and lands among the flowers. The women smile softly at the gentle visitor, letting it perch without a word. Its song is small and tender, adding to the chorus of whispers and rustling leaves. You feel the sound travel through you, settling the edges of your thoughts, smoothing any lingering tension, and allowing a calm clarity to rise quietly in your chest. Each note is a breath, each wingbeat a pulse of stillness. You drift along the garden path, noticing how shadows stretch longer and blend with the soft glow of lanterns placed carefully among the foliage. The women move slowly beside you, guiding your attention without words. Each step they take seems to leave a faint trail of light, a soft echo of presence, a gentle reminder that care and attention ripple through space like quiet magic. Your own steps feel lighter, more mindful, as though the garden itself invites every movement to be a meditation. Somewhere among the vines, a single flower opens fully, its petals trembling softly in the evening breeze. The women pause to admire it, their hands tracing the curves without touching. The blossom seems to breathe in response, a gentle rising and falling that mirrors the quiet rhythm of your own chest. You notice how even the smallest bloom can carry the weight of eternity in its softness, how a single petal can hold the reflection of the sky, the whisper of wind, and the memory of sunlight. The path winds further, leading past arches of ivy and delicate trellises draped with fragrant blooms. The women move in pairs, sometimes bending to tend to a flower, sometimes standing quietly to feel the vibration of the garden in their presence. You notice how their movements create a soft harmony, each gesture resonating with the next, forming a silent song that spreads across the garden. Every leaf, every petal, every breath of air seems to participate in this quiet music. A gentle drizzle begins, barely more than a mist, settling softly on the petals and the ground. The women raise their faces slightly, letting the tiny drops kiss their skin, and you feel the serenity of acceptance spreading through you. Rain on petals is a lullaby, the softest of whispers, washing away the day and leaving only the calm, rhythmic pulse of the present moment. Each droplet is a note, each rustle of leaf a chord, forming a symphony of gentle clarity. You notice a small grove within the garden where ancient trees rise with twisted, tender branches. Their leaves catch the soft light, flickering with shadows that sway like slow breathing. The women kneel among the roots, tending to new sprouts, guiding young plants with patience and care. Their hands hover, shaping growth, coaxing life with invisible touch. You feel a deep sense of trust settle in your chest, the same trust that lets the garden grow in harmony, that lets the night arrive slowly, that allows your own mind to rest without effort. Soft lanterns light the deeper paths, each flame a quiet guardian of the dark. The women pass between them, their shadows stretching and blending with the gentle illumination. Every flicker of light seems to carry a whisper, a message without words, a sense of warmth and calm that penetrates every corner of the garden and every corner of your mind. You feel a gentle connection to this space, as if each soft echo of movement and sound is weaving a cocoon of rest around your spirit. In the heart of the garden, a circle of women sit quietly, hands resting gently on their knees, eyes closed in meditation. Around them, flowers bend slightly, leaves brush against one another, and the air hums softly with their presence. You float nearer, breathing in the mingled scents of earth and bloom, feeling a pulse of serenity that rises slowly from the ground through your body. The garden itself seems to exhale, and you exhale in harmony, letting every thought drift like a leaf on a gentle stream. Some flowers release subtle fragrances only noticeable in stillness, perfumes that settle softly on your skin and in your chest. The women guide this quiet ritual without sound, letting the natural rhythm of petals, wind, and water carry the moment. You feel as if every blossom is a note in a lullaby, each one soft, resonant, and patient, helping your mind drift further into calm. Every scent, every movement, every whisper of leaf contributes to a serene, continuous hum of stillness. A small brook trickles nearby, silver under the moonlight that now bathes the garden. The women kneel beside it, letting their fingers brush the water, creating tiny ripples that shimmer with gentle illumination. The light dances on the ripples, reflecting petals, lanterns, and stars above. You follow each movement, letting the soft shimmer guide your attention, your thoughts settling into the gentle, endless pulse of quiet understanding. Birdsong greets the night softly, tiny, hesitant notes that mingle with the rustle of leaves and the murmur of water. The women smile quietly at these sounds, letting them join the garden's choir. You feel your chest expand slowly with each note, a soft resonance that vibrates through your bones, soothing and steady. The world narrows to this gentle pulse, this harmonious blend of scent, sound, and presence, each one settling softly into your awareness. Petals continue to drift down, a soft, rhythmic fall that mirrors the slow rhythm of your breath. You notice a single bloom, golden-edged and trembling slightly, landing near your feet. The women kneel to observe it, hands hovering, reverence in every gesture. The moment stretches, infinite and still, allowing your mind to let go, to soften fully, to merge gently with the calm of the garden. Now the garden grows quieter, the lanterns dim slightly, the wind slowing its passage through the leaves. The women rise slowly, moving to the edges of the paths, letting their presence linger like a soft echo. Every flower, every tree, every blade of grass seems to settle more deeply into the night, and you feel your own body responding, each muscle releasing, each thought softening, each breath deepening. Let us drift onward, carried by the soft echoes of petals, wind, and quiet footsteps. Feel the serenity of this garden fill every part of you. Let the gentle presence of the women, the whisper of leaves, the shimmer of lanterns, and the soft flow of water guide you deeper into rest. Now rest as the petals settle, as the wind hushes, as the flowers exhale the last fragrances of the evening. Let the garden of soft echoes cradle your mind and spirit. Let your heartbeat slow, your thoughts dissolve, and your body become one with the serene rhythm of night, drifting endlessly in calm, gentle light. Twilight rests gently over the path, soft and tender, brushing the world with the last warm glow of the sun. You float along, footsteps hushed against the earth, as shadows stretch and bend in the gentle light. A cool wind brushes your cheeks, carrying the soft scent of evening flowers and faint smoke from distant incense. Somewhere nearby, a quiet stream murmurs, its voice weaving into the hush of the garden, as if telling a secret only night can hold. Ahead, a single lantern glows softly, its light warm and unassuming, casting gentle circles on the path. The flame trembles with the breath of the wind, yet it does not falter. You approach slowly, feeling a calm pull toward its steady glow. Beside the lantern stands a figure, serene and luminous, her presence as quiet as the unfolding night. She seems to breathe with the rhythm of the world around her, each pulse a gentle echo in the stillness. Her hands cradle the lantern delicately, fingers curved with care, as if the light within were a living thing. The soft glow reflects in her eyes, calm and deep, reminding you of stars mirrored on a still lake. She does not speak, yet you feel the invitation in her gaze, to pause, to witness, to rest fully in the embrace of this gentle evening. The air carries a faint scent of honey and jasmine, settling around you like a warm cloak, easing the tension in your chest and shoulders. Around you, the twilight deepens. Shadows stretch across the land, blending with the faint glow of the lantern, forming a quiet tapestry of light and shade. Each step you take is slow, careful, a meditation in itself. The figure beside the lantern begins to move, guiding you along the path with soft, gliding motions. You follow without effort, each footfall in tune with the gentle rhythm of the evening. Leaves rustle softly, whispering through the trees, and the wind carries their quiet voice, brushing softly against your skin. The figure pauses beside a small pool of water, the surface smooth and still, reflecting the lantern's flame like a twin star. She tilts the lantern slightly, letting the light dance upon the ripples, and you watch as tiny circles expand and fade, like memories waking and dissolving. Each ripple carries a gentle warmth, a quiet reminder of the moments of care and presence you have witnessed on this journey. Every flower, every leaf, every whispered sound of wind feels alive, resonating with the lantern's steady glow. As you breathe, the world slows further. Stars begin to emerge in the darkening sky, their faint glimmer complementing the lantern's soft flame. The figure lifts the lantern slightly higher, and you feel the light brushing against your face, warming your thoughts and settling your mind. Each flicker of flame is a story, a memory, a quiet reflection of patience, kindness, and gentle guidance. You feel yourself breathing with the rhythm of the flame, soft in, soft out, each exhale releasing the last traces of the day's weight. The figure begins to walk slowly along the path, the lantern held before her. You follow effortlessly, as though your own steps have merged with the flow of the light. The path curves gently through a grove of silver-leaf trees, each leaf catching the lantern's glow and trembling softly in the wind. The air is thick with the faint perfume of night-blooming flowers, their fragrances mingling in a delicate, silent melody. Each scent touches your senses with calm, easing the mind, soothing the chest, and settling the spirit. She pauses again at a small archway draped with vines, the lantern's light brushing each leaf and blossom. You notice how the glow reveals textures you had not seen before. The fine veins of petals, the smooth curve of leaves, the delicate shimmer of dew forming in hidden corners. Every detail feels precious, and you realize that the quiet care of the figure extends into every corner of this space. Her presence seems to touch not only the garden, but your own heart, filling it with a gentle assurance, a soft quiet that promises safety and rest. A small fountain trickles nearby, its water catching the lantern's glow and scattering it into tiny dancing reflections. The figure kneels slightly, holding the lantern just above the rippling water. You watch as the reflection seems to ripple outward, soft waves of light blending with the darkening night. Each wave is a quiet meditation, a gentle lesson without words. The calmness of flowing, the patience of waiting, the soft constancy of care. You feel the lesson sinking into your being, settling deep like a stone at the bottom of a tranquil pool. The figure rises and begins to walk again, the lantern held high now, casting elongated shadows that sway like slow dancers across the path. You follow, letting the warmth of the light and the gentle motion carry you further into this peaceful evening. Somewhere in the distance, night birds call softly, their voices weaving into the hush of the grove, mingling with the soft murmur of leaves and the whisper of wind. Each sound feels like a lullaby, a subtle chord in a symphony of calm, each note slowing your mind and heart in perfect rhythm. She leads you to a small clearing where the lantern's glow illuminates a circle of flowers, petals open wide to the night sky. You notice the colors are soft, more subtle in this twilight, yet every shade feels richer for its quiet presence. The figure lowers the lantern, letting the light settle gently among the blooms. You feel the warmth of the glow, not just on your skin, but in your chest, in your mind, in the soft spaces between thoughts. Each petal, each shadow, each flicker of flame seems to whisper, rest, rest fully. Let the world fall away. You pause here with her, feeling the gentle vibration of the lantern, the soft pulse of the night, the quiet life in every petal and leaf. The figure tilts her head slightly, and you feel a wave of understanding pass through you without words. This is the essence of your journey. Light held with care, presence offered without expectation, calm extended through every gesture and glance. The lantern is more than flame. It is memory, it is warmth, it is the quiet, eternal guidance of gentle hands. A soft breeze rises, carrying the scent of the flowers, the earth, and the faint smoke of distant incense. The figure holds the lantern still, and the light dances softly across your closed eyes as you let the rhythm of the evening flow through you. You feel yourself melting into the calm, the body surrendering, the mind slowing, every breath a quiet wave carrying you further into rest. The lantern's glow touches everything, yet it asks nothing, leaving only serenity in its wake. You sense the sky deepening now, stars sparkling faintly above, echoing the soft warmth of the lantern below. The figure slowly walks to the edge of the clearing, and you follow, each step gentle, silent, a meditation in motion. The lantern's glow blends with the first glimmers of moonlight, creating a luminous harmony that stretches across the path and the surrounding garden. Each shadow and flicker seems to pulse in time with your own heartbeat, a soothing reminder that peace exists both outside and within. She stops at the threshold of the path you first entered, holding the lantern before her, its soft light steady and constant. You feel the journey's end, yet there is no sadness, only the deep, quiet contentment that comes from being cradled in the rhythm of care, light, and presence. The lantern glows, unwavering, a symbol of all that you have witnessed, all that has settled into your spirit. You feel the warmth in your chest, the gentle settling of every thought, the calm assurance that the light can be carried within, wherever your dreams may wander. Finally, the figure bends slightly, lowering the lantern toward you as if to offer the glow for your own journey ahead. You feel the light touch your spirit, soft and unassuming, filling every corner with quiet warmth. The path ahead is invisible, yet you feel safe, guided by the light you now carry. Each breath is slower, deeper, more rhythmic, blending with the soft pulse of the lantern, the wind, the leaves, and the subtle rhythm of night. Let us drift onward, carried by this quiet flame, this gentle rhythm of breath and light. Let the lantern's glow linger in your mind, a soft companion for the hours to come. Every shadow is softened, every thought soothed, every part of you cradled in the serene hush of evening. Now rest as the stars return, as the wind stills, as the flowers close their petals and the lantern continues its gentle glow. Let the peace of this final moment hold you. Let the calm of the journey settle fully into your chest. Drift into the quiet night with the soft flame in your heart, knowing the light of these stories will guide your dreams and awaken with a spirit renewed.